Good afternoon, Milka. Welcome to our interview today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Why are you interested in this position?
This is a very good opportunity to continue serving in the community and helping and working for UMass.
What led you to choose UMass?
UMass is one of the biggest hospitals in central Massachusetts, plus the interpreter program is very high quality in the education and the values, so I share those.
What led you to choose to be an interpreter in the first place?
I used to work for the American Red Cross as a CPR and first aid instructor in Spanish. So from there I met people who work at UMass, and that opened the door, and something just happened. I learned about it. I became an interpreter without really knowing what I was doing so much, but then I really enjoyed doing that, and that's why I continue growing in that area.
Tell me about the accomplishment you are most proud of and why.
One of my accomplishments will be when I moved to this country. I was a young adult. I didn't speak English, and I needed an interpreter when I used to go to the hospital at the beginning. And then I became an interpreter. I became a person who was serving other people.
Now, it sounds like quite a story. What do you consider to be your biggest strength?
People skills. I really enjoy working with people, and I think it's been very. I've been growing more and more working with the community, and I see it many times when I'm working with difficult situation, different cultures, different personality. Usually we end up in a good place. So it's always successful, pretty much.
What do you consider to be your biggest weakness?
Typing in the computer, I'm kind of slow, but I'm working with that. I'm still, trying to get better in that area.
Tell me about a time when you went above and beyond the call of duty in order to get something done.
Many times working at the ER, which I was stationed for a year, and usually on and on I'm also at the ER. I had to make the choice to stay working with the patient, despite that my supervisor was calling me to sign out, to leave when it was my time to leave. But I choose to stay till I finish to work with the patient.
Tell me about a time when your manager or supervisor was unavailable and a problem arose.
I used to work over the weekends, and I'm still now working over the weekend. And when that happened, I used to make my own decision depending on the situation. Many phone calls at the same time with different demands. So I had to evaluate the situation and make sure I assist the one who needs me more.
Tell me about the most frustrating or difficult individual that you've ever had to work with and how you managed to work with that person.
Well, one of these examples would be my prior job at Fallon Clinic, which is now Reliant. I had a supervisor that I would say it was a lot of inconsistency with her professionalism at work. So, for example, my check was missing hours most of the time. My schedule was very difficult to manage because it was all over the place. And I had to sit down many times with this person and give my input into the situation with a very peaceful way and a very forgiving way, and try to keep working with this person even though it was hard. But at the end, everything worked well with that.
Okay, give me an example of a time you had to persuade other people to take action.
Right now, I am a sheriff representative at UMass, and many people they don't believe in the union because not everyone have a good experience, but they do. I believe that the union really represents the employees, but not every time it's always work for everyone. So I had to convince some of the employees to believe in the union, that they are here for us and they are working for us.
What goals do you have for the next 3 to 5 years?
I am right now working on my last year of my bachelor degree at Nichols College. So I'm finishing in a year my business administration bachelor, and then from there I want to continue working and serving the community.
So why should we hire you for this other position?
My experience and my quality, my qualification, my education, I think I can offer everything that you need as an interpreter.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.